That is a ridiculous amount of dishes that I've made. It's a good thing I have a child to wash them. Welcome back to the vlog.
Sometimes you gotta let people know that if they don't give a damn, neither do you. Imagine being told you make too many dishes when you meal prep at 5 a.m. Okay. So how about I don't make anything?
Nope.
It's been quiet since my divorce, so I figured I'd talk to you. Welcome to Dad's Diaries, Season
2. Seems like we're a little misguided. Keep looking, but we still can't find it.
So check this out. I just accidentally, so ridiculous. I'm riding my skateboard down the street and my backpack smacks into a light pole. I go to open my lunch and the glass container is completely smashed. The question is, how much glass do you have to eat to no longer exist? I'm afraid to try to, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I can probably just pick it off. But I picked up a piece of asparagus and I was about to start eating it. And as I get very close to my mouth, I realize there's a tiny piece of glass there. So now I'm very nervous about eating any of it. It's 1:25. Do I have time to go get lunch? Yeah, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A because I don't want to risk it. Super annoying though, because I was like almost here when it happened. I did the right thing. I woke up early, I made lunch. Don't judge me. I never do this. Mostly because if my son found out I was eating Chick-fil-A without him, he would lose his mind.
He must have heard me. Because not long after, I got the call.
Alright, dude, whatever, man. I got a plan. I got a real plan this time. As expected, I did get a phone call today saying, hey Dad, what are you doing in the morning? This is ridiculous. There's way too many dishes in the sink at 6 a.m. And yeah, you're right. Sorry, bro. It bees like that. No, I mean, I told him, like, look, dude, you enjoyed a dinner that was prepared with my hands. And he started lecturing me about how you are always telling me to clean my mess. And I'm like, yes. The difference is you have the time to clean your mess. I do not. If I wake up at 6 and I have to be at work at 8, but I still find time to cook you a full meal with vegetables and steak, the least you can do is wash the dishes since you can do it at your leisure. But I'm the bad guy.
So I'm kind of freaking out because I haven't heard anything about my electrician's apprenticeship in a minute. And I was on there yesterday and I think I saw something, but I had to run out. But let me check this now. Because if I read this correctly, I have not actually filled out my my application. Let me see something. Because I'm getting worried because it says I have 23 days left. Like there's a whole website that they have set up where after you register your program or you say you want to do whatever program, there's an application, but then there's just nothing here. There's no update. There's nothing. So I'm wondering, what am I waiting for? Like I thought by now I would have something showing up on the website and there's just still nothing. There's no comments, there's no updates, there's no invoices, there's no questions, but then when you go to Apprenticeship, it says apprenticeship record not found. I haven't received a message from them since February 2nd. It is now April, 2 months later. I just don't want to sit around because I just don't want to keep sitting around. And for the sake of stability, I want to start working more consistently. Like, I want to have my career and I want it to provide insurance and retirement and things like that. But having something else, to me, is like the ultimate in flexibility, ultimate in freedom. Just not being reliant on anything. You know, there's just real benefits in having stability in your life. And maybe when you're younger, you don't see it, you don't value it because you're always like, oh, I got to be prepared to be ready for this big move. That sounds cool. And it is cool, you know, but I done did that. And once you got kids, stability is the word. No dishes, no problem. That's one less thing for me to do. You're welcome to anything you see, but you can't use the stove. And the sitter's got her own snacks. Love you.
So I'm just sitting here eating my lunch, which is basically a bowl of rice and a little thimble of peanut butter because I was getting nagged for using so many dishes the other day. And I said, you know what? I'm not cooking. Since you don't want me to make so many dishes that you have to do, then today you can fend for yourself and you can just eat whatever's in there, which is nothing because I don't buy any instant food. I asked him what he had to eat, and he's like, I had yogurt. So this is what it's like. I mean, I guess I'm trying to teach him a lesson. Like, look, I know you're complaining that I'm making a mess, but I'm making a mess so that you can have real food. And if I don't make that mess, then you'll eat peanut butter and yogurt. So good luck. So hopefully he sees the light and is looking forward to me making something good here in the next couple of days, or maybe not. If not, I'm on strike in the meantime. It's not a great meal. If he continues this behavior or maintains this attitude, I'm gonna cook for myself. I can't live like this.
At all. They want to be perceived as the person who did it all.
Sitting in traffic, heading down to the apprenticeship office. I gotta know what's going on. Like, I just haven't heard anything, and then I started doing some online research, and I've heard people say they got into the apprenticeship anywhere from 8 weeks to 2 years after they applied. So now I'm like freaking out. This kind of was a big part of my next steps to just kind of, you know, already be starting another career while I'm still working in my current one. I've heard things that make me think you could technically not start until August, September, which is fall, obviously, which makes sense. It's like an academic year. But then also I've heard that people get in and then they get a job within a few weeks. So I just don't know. Like when I said the 2 years, that's like the entire process. So I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if I'm going to get in, and I'm just kind of freaking out. So what I did the other day was, because I paid the fee again, because I did the application fee again, that gives me an excuse so I can go in there and ask them about that, and they can refund me or whatever. Maybe I can apply to a different program as well. But I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do. I really want to get into this. I'm actually pretty excited about it. Let me try to get through this traffic and see what's up. But man, it is thick out here today. All right, so I went into the office. I asked them about my refund. They let me know that these are actually two different offices. The place that handles the apprenticeship is not the same place that handles, or is not the office that I went into. So that has opened up some new potential, because when I went in there, I was like, well, since I'm here, I want to check my classification that I tested into last time, because maybe I can get some work, because this is taking way longer than I thought it was going to take. I was nervous jumping out and just starting to work because I don't like have hardcore electrical experience. But maybe if I get on the right job,
I'm not going to be asked a whole lot, and maybe I can fly by for long enough to learn. Well, we're having a conversation, and they say, hey, do you have any more pay stubs? Because we only have a couple of years of experience based off of my W-2s. And then I was like, well, I haven't done my taxes yet. I have 2025 as well. And they're like, okay, if you can get me that, we can probably get you an even higher classification. Here's the thing. I don't want to do something I'm not prepared to do. I don't want to do something I'm not comfortable doing. But at the same time, I'm not trying to wait forever to get started. Like, the fact that there are available jobs right now, sometimes you gotta go for it. I'm not quite sure if that's where I am just yet. I really need somebody to talk to. I really need someone who I can speak to who's done this, who can guide me as to whether or not it is a good idea or bad idea to continue or to use my years of experience in relevant work to try to get into this program, or should I just focus on waiting for the apprenticeship testing and doing all that. But with that said, because these are two different offices, I'm actually going to go down to the place that handles the apprenticeships because I want to talk to them face to face. One, to get my refund, but two, to find out how this thing actually works. I figure out what the process is, see how long it's going to take. Because if it's going to be 9 months, another year, whatever, I might have to just make the leap and figure it out on the job because I'm not trying to be waiting anymore. Like, the whole purpose of me getting out of creative work, or at least adding trade work to creative work, was so I didn't have to deal with so much uncertainty. And this feels like more of the same. They gave you a link to a website and got paid for this test. And then as soon as I paid for that, they told me to do the CE test. So I stopped studying and my window on that completely closed out. So surprisingly, after a mere 24 hours, I have beat my son into submission and he's okay with me making dishes once again. You know, sometimes you got to take away things just to remind them how valuable you are. But then on the flip side, when it came to my apprenticeship, yeah, applying pressure was necessary. And I was about to make the mistake of waiting too long. Except for the fact that I paid a second application fee, they actually said that that's not refundable. So kind of lost $50, but at least I'm on top of it. In fact, they said I'm one of the top people on the list in terms of like when my stuff was submitted. So they anticipate that my testing date will be around early May. And all I have to do is do well. I think I might actually push my testing date back because I haven't been studying enough. They sent me some new study material I'm going to take a look at, and hopefully I can get to where I need to be. But because I know now that it's all up to me and my test results, I'm going to focus on doing really, really well regardless. This whole thing honestly has still just been a little bit frustrating because of the slow or no communication. Like, they sent me an email back on the 2nd and they said, that's all you're going to get. You're not going to get anything until we send you a testing date. But when I was originally talking about the CE path, which is, I guess, a construction electrician, those guys, because they have prior experience, it seems like it would be a better bet for me because it's like you learn at your own pace. But then I found out that they actually make less than the apprentices. So I was like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Convinced me that the apprenticeship is the best way to go. So even though I could start electric work today, essentially, it would be at less money. It's not a better path to becoming a full electrician, and it's less structured. So there's not really as many benefits as long as you can wait. If you can wait until August when school actually starts, there's no real benefit in doing the CE path. So hopefully creative work picks up. I'm going to pick up the vlogs a little bit more, and we're just going to keep going. I do get nervous that I'm going to get an entertainment job at some point that's going to coincide right when school starts, and then I'm going to be forced to make a really big decision. But we will deal with that when we get there. But we'll see. You know, it's hard to be nonchalant when you care about something. Sometimes you just got to apply pressure. And I really want to get into this program. So I got to let them know that I'm interested. I got to make the calls. I got to make the visits. You know, I got to throw away extra money. But, you know, my goal is to get in there and keep moving forward. Now, my son, on the other hand, he's learning what it's like when I pull back. And it's a technique I can only use if someone really, really cares. But yeah, when your personal chef decides he's not cooking anymore, you're going to starve. So
I think he's learned his lesson. Hopefully I don't get any lectures anytime soon about leaving dishes in the sink. And he'll be a little bit more considerate before he makes that call next time.